गौन महला पंचमा। गुर के चरण कमल नमस्कार। काम क्रोध इस तंते मार। होए रही है सगल की रीना। कट कट रमैया सब में चीना। Let us bow at the lotus feet of Guru and let us get rid of the wanton desire and anger, remove them from our body and be the dust of all. This way you can recognize that one divine God in each and every heart. In Bhidaram ho Gopal Gobind, तन तन प्रभ का प्रभ की जिंद रहाओ. In this way, remember and chant on that one divine God, that supporter of this universe and the master of the universe. This body and this wealth belongs to him, and this soul also belongs to him. Pause. आठ पहर हर के गुण गाओ, जी प्राण को इह सुआओ. तज अभिमान जान प्रभ संग, साध प्रसाद हर स्यो मन रंग. All 24 hours of a day, praise that one divine God. This should be your main purpose for this life and your breath. Give up your ego and understand that Vaheguru is with you always. By the grace of the holy saints, keep your mind imbued with the love of one divine God. जिन तू किया तिसको जान, आगे दरगह पावहि मान. मन तन निर्मल होए निहाल, रसना नाम जपत गोपाल. That Vaheguru who has created you, understand and know him. This way you will be honored at the court of God hereafter, and your mind and your body will become pure and remain in bliss. Chant the name of the supporter of this universe with your tongue. कर कृपा मेरी दीन दयाला, साधु की मन मंगे रवाला. हो दयाल देओ प्रभ दान, नानक जप जीवै प्रभ नाम. Have mercy on me, O the merciful God. Give me the dust of the feet of holy saint. Have mercy on me, O Vaheguru. Give me this gift. O Nanak, I live by reciting the true name of Vaheguru. Gaun Mahilla Panjama. धूप दीप सेवा गोपाल, अनेक बार बंधन करतार. प्रभ की शरण गही सब त्याग, गुर सुप्रसन्न भय वड पाग. My incense and my lamp is the service of my Vaheguru, the God of the universe. Again and again I humbly bow in front of that Creator. I've come to the sanctuary of the divine God, and I have given up everything else. Guru is now pleased with me by great good fortune. आठ पहर गाये गोविंद, तन तन प्रभ का प्रभ की जिंद रहाओ. 24 hours a day, let us sing the praises of the God of the universe. My body, my wealth belongs to the one divine God. My soul belongs to that one divine God. Pause. हर गुण रमत भय आनंद, पार ब्रह्म पूरन बख्शंद, कर कृपा जन सेवा लाए, जन्म मरण दुख मेट मिलाए. By reciting and chanting the Naam and praises of that Vaheguru, I remain in bliss. That Supreme God is the perfect forgiver. He has granted His mercy on me, and He has put me, His humble servant, to His service. This way I have gotten rid of all the pains of birth and death, and He has merged me with Himself. Karam taram eho tat gyan, साध संग जपिए हर नाम, सागर तर मोहित प्रभ चरण, अंतर जामी प्रभ कारण करण. The essence and the spiritual wisdom of all the karmas and dharmas, the righteous conducts we do, is to chant the Vaheguru's Naam in the company of holy saints. We can cross these worldly oceans by making the feet of Vaheguru as a boat. That Vaheguru is the inner knower. He is the cause of causes. राख लिए अपनी कृपा तार, पंचदूत पागे विकराल, जुए जन्म ना कबू हार, नानक का अंग किया करतार. That one divine God has showered me with His mercy and saved me. All the 5 vices have now run away from me. Let us not lose our life in the gamble. The Creator God has taken my side, O Nanak. Gaun mahalla panjama, कर कृपा सुख अनद करे, बालक राख लिए गुरुदेव, प्रभ कृपाल दयाल गोविंद, जी जंत सगले बख्शंद. Through His grace that Vaheguru has bestowed on me bliss and peace, the Divine Guru has protected His child. God is kind, He is compassionate, He is the God of universe. He forgives all the creatures and beings. Teri saran prabh deen dayal, par brahm jap sada nihal rahal. I've come to your sanctuary, O merciful God, meditating on that Supreme God. I am forever in bliss. Pause. Prabh dayal dusar koi nahi, kat kat antar sarab samahi. That God is the merciful one. There's no other than Him. He is pervading in each and every heart. Apne das ka halat palat saware, patit pavan prabh birad tumhare. That Vaheguru protects and embellishes His devotee here and hereafter, turning the impure ones into the pure ones, is your nature, O Vaheguru. Okad kot simar gobind, tant mant pajiye bhagavant. Remembering and meditating on the one divine God is like millions of medicines for illness. My tantra and mantra is to meditate, remember and vibrate on that one God divine. Rog sog mite prabh tyaaye, man banchat puran phal paaye. All the illness and the sorrows have departed now by remembering and meditating on one God. All the fruits of my mind's desires have been obtained. Karan Karan Samarat Dayar Sarv Nidhan Mahabichar. That one divine is capable of doing everything. He is the cause of causes, all-powerful, merciful God. Contemplating Him is the greatest of all the treasures. Nanak baksh liye Prabhu aap, sada sada eko har jaap. O Nanak, that God Himself has forgiven us forever and ever. Let us chant the name of that one God. Gon Mahalla Panjama Har Har Naam Japo Mere Meet Nirmal hoye tumhara cheet मन तन की सब मिटे बलाए दुख अंधेरा सगला जाए. O my friend, recite and chant the name of her Vaheguru. Your consciousness shall become pure and immaculate this way, and all of your misfortunes will be removed, taken away from your body and your mind. All the darkness of the sorrows and pain will be dispelled. Har gun gavat tariye sansar, vad pagi payar purakh apar raha. By singing the glorious praises of Vaheguru, we cross over this worldly ocean. Only through the good fortune we can attain that infinite God, the primal being. Pause. Jo jan karai kirtan gopal, tisko poi na sakay jamkal. Such beings who recite and sing the kirtan of that one divine God, the messenger of death, can never even touch such humble beings. जग में आया सो परवान गुरुमुख अपना खसम पछाण. The coming of such being in this world is approved who is Gurmukh, has realized and understood the God and Master. Har gun gaave sant prasad, काम क्रोध मिटे उन्माद. सदा हजूर जान भगवंत, पूरे गुर का पूरा मंत. Such a being always sing the glorious praises of Vaheguru through the grace of the holy ones. His wanton desires, his anger and madness, they are all eradicated. A Gurmukh realizes the God to be ever present. Perfect and true is the teaching of the perfect and true Guru. हर तन खाट किए पंडार, मिल सतगुर सब काज सवार. हर के नाम रंग संग जागा, हर चरणी नानक मन लागा. A person who has earned the treasure of Vaheguru's name and have accumulated such wealth, meeting with Satguru, True Guru, all the affairs of such person are resolved. Imbued in the love of the name of God, this person remains aware and awake. O Nanak, such a person's mind is attached to the feet of Vaheguru. Gond Mahalla Panjama, Pavasagar Bohit Har Charan, सिमरत नाम नाही फिर मरण. हर गुण रमत नाही जम पंथ, महाविचार Panchadute Mantra. The lotus feet of that god are like the boat for crossing over this terrifying ocean. By meditating on his Naam, one does not have to face death again. By chanting the glorious praises of God, one does not have to walk on the path of death. By contemplating of Vaheguru, the 5 demons come under one's control. तौ शरणाई पूरननाथ जन तपने को दीजै हाथ रहाओ. O perfect God and Master, I have come to your sanctuary. Please give your hand to your own creatures. Pause. सिमृत शास्त्र वेद पुराण पार ब्रह्म का करे वख्याण जोगी जति बैसनो रामदास मित नाही ब्रह्म अभिनाश. Simritis, Shastras, Veds and Puranas, they all talk about the Supreme God. The yogis, celibates, Vaishnavas and followers of Ramdas, they cannot find the limits of that one eternal God. Karan pala kare Sivadev, til nahi bujai alakh bhev, prem pagat jis ape de, jag mein virle ke. Shiva and God, they lament and moan, but they still do not understand the depth of that unseen God. Such beings who are blessed with the devotional worship of Vaheguru, they are very rare in this world. Gaun Mahilla Panjama Sant Kaliya Tarit Bidaro Sant ka निंदक आकाश ते टारो संत को राखो अपने जी नाल संत उधारो तथ खिण ताल. Those who are cursed by saints, they are thrown down on the ground. By Vaheguru, the slander of saints, they are thrown down from the skies. I hold the saints close to my soul. The saints, they are saved instantaneously by divine God. Soi sant je paave Ram, sant Gobind ke kaam rahao. Such beings are called saints who are pleasing to Vaheguru. The saints and the Vaheguru, divine God, they have the same job to do. Pause. संत के ऊपर दे प्रभ हाथ संत के संग बसै दिन रात सास सात संत है प्रतिपाल संत का दुखी राज ते टाल. The God gives his hands as a shelter to the saints, and he dwells with his saints day and night. With each and every breath, he takes care and supports his saints. He takes the power away from such beings who are causing any suffering to the saints. Sant ki ninda karo na koe, jo ninde tis ka patan hoe. No one should do slandering of the saints. Anyone who does the slandering of saints, they are completely destroyed. जिसको राखे सिरजनहार चख मारो सगल संसार. Those, they are protected by that Creator God. They cannot be harmed by anyone, no matter how much this rest of the world keep trying. प्रभ अपने का भया बिसास जियो पिंड सब तिसकी रास. नानक को उपजी परतीत मनमुख हार गुरमुख सद जीत. I have complete faith in my Vaheguru. Oh, my soul and body all belongs to him. This is my complete faith which has inspired me. O Nanak, the self-will manmukhs always fail and Gurmukhs, they always win. गौर महला पंचमा नाम निरंजन नीर नारायण रसना सिमरत पाप पिलायण रहाओ. The name of that immaculate God is like the ambrosial water. By chanting the name with the tongue, all the sins gets washed away. Pause. नारायण सब माही निवास नारायण काट काट परगास नारायण कहते नरक न जाए नारायण सेव सगल फलो पाहे. That one divine God is abiding in everyone. That one divine God is illuminating in each and every heart. By chanting the name of that one divine God, one does not go to hell. Serving that one divine God, all the fruits and the rewards are obtained. नारायण मन माहे आधार नारायण बोहित संसार नारायण कहत जम पाग पलायण नारायण दंत पाणे डायण. That one divine God is the support of my mind. That one divine God is the boat to cross over this worldly ocean. By chanting the name of that one divine God, even the messenger of death runs away. That one divine God breaks the teeth of Maya the witch. Narayan sad sad bakshind नारायण कीने सुख आनंद नारायण प्रगट कीनो परताप नारायण संत को माए बाप. That one divine God is always a forgiver. That one divine God always blesses us with peace and bliss. Divine God has revealed His glory. God is the mother and father of His holy saints. नारायण साध संग नारायण बारंबार नारायण गायण बस्त अगोचर गुर मिल लही नारायण ओट नानक दास गई. The God, He is in the Sat Sangat, the company of the holy. Again and again I sing the praises of divine God. By meeting with the Guru, I have attained this incomprehensible object. O Nanak, I am the slave who has grasped the support of Vaheguru. Gaun Mahalla Panjama जाको राखे राखणहार तिसका अंग करे निरंकार रहाओ. Those who are supported and protected by that one divine God, the formless God, is always on their side. Pause. मात गर्म में अगन न जो है काम क्रोध लोभ मोह न पोहे साध संग जपै निरंकार निंदक कै मुँह लागे छार. Even in mother's womb, the fire does not touch. The wanton desire, anger, greed, emotional attachments do not affect such a person. In the satsangat, the company of the holy, those beings who meditate on formless God, dust is thrown into the faces of their slanderers. राम कवच दास कास नाहु दूत दुष्ट तिस पोहत नाहे जो जो गर्भ करे सो जाए गरीब दास की प्रभु शरण नाए. For a devotee, Vaheguru's protective spell is the main armor. The wicked, evil demons cannot touch this devotee. Whoever indulges in egoistical pride is eventually wasted away to ruin. Vaheguru is the sanctuary for his humble devotees. जो जो शरण पया हर राय, सो दास रखिया अपने कंठ लाए। जे को बहुत करे अहंकार, ओ खिन में रुलता खाखू नाल। All those who come into the sanctuary of that one divine God, they are saved. He saves those people, hugging them close in his embrace. Whoever takes great pride in oneself in an instant becomes like a dust mixing with the dust. है भी साचा होनहार, सदा सदा जाई बलिहार। अपने दास रखे कृपा तार, नानक के प्रभु प्राणधार। The true divine God is and shall always be, forever and ever, eternally. I am sacrificed to him. By granting his mercy, he saves his devotees. He is the support of my breath and life. O Nanak, Gond Mahalla Panjama, Achraj Katha Maha Anup, Prartama Parabrahm Karup Rahao. Most wonderful and most beautiful is the description of the beauty of that Supreme Soul and the Supreme God. Pause. Na eh booda na eh bala, na is dukh nahi jamjala, na eh binsai na eh jai, aaj jugadi reha samai. The divine God is never old. He is not young even. He is never in pain. He is never caught in death's noose. He never dies or gets destroyed. He never goes away. In the beginning he was there. Throughout the ages he is permeating everywhere. Na is usan nahi is seet, na is dusman na is meet, na is harak nahi is sok, sab kich iska eh karne jog. He never gets hot, he does not get cold, he does not have any enemy, he does not have friend even. He is beyond happiness or sadness. Everything belongs to him and he can do anything. Na is baap nahi is maya, eh parampar hota aaya. पाप पुन का इस लेप न लागे, कट कट अंतर सदी जागे. He has no father, he has no mother, he has been always there, he is beyond the beyond. He is not affected by virtues or sins. He is deep within each and every heart. He remains awake and aware always. तीन गुणा एक शक्त उपाया, महामाया ताकी है छाया. अचल छेद भेद दयाल, दीन दयाल सदा कृपाल. ताकि गत मित कछु न पाए, नानक ताके बल बल जाए. From three qualities, the one power of Maya is produced. This great Maya is only a shadow of divine God. That divine God can never be deceived. He is impenetrable. He can never be understood. He is merciful. He is merciful to the meek and he is always compassionate. His state, his limits cannot be known. O Nanak, I am sacrificed to him forever. गौन महला भंजमा, संतन के बलिहारे जाओ. संतन के संग राम गुण गाओ, संत प्रसाद किलविक सब गए, संत शरण वड भागे पए. I'm sacrificed to the holy saint. Associating with the holy saint, I sing Vahiguru's praises. By the grace of saints, all of my sorrows and sins have been removed. By the great good fortune, I have found the company of holy saints. I've come to their sanctuary. Ram japat kach bighan na vyapay, Guru prasad apna prabh japay. Rahao. By reciting the name of divine God, Ram, none of the obstacles ever come. By the grace of Guru, we are able to recite God's name. Pause. पार ब्रह्म जब होए दयाल, साधु जन की करे रवाल. काम क्रोध स्तन ते जाए, राम रतन वसै मन आए. When the divine God becomes merciful on us, then we become the dust of feet of holy people. All wanton desires and anger leaves the body, and the divine God, the jewel, comes to dwell in the mind. सफल जन्मता का परवान, पार ब्रह्म निकट कर जान. पाए भगत प्रभ कीर्तन लागे, जन्म जन्म का सोया जागे. Fruitful is coming of such beings who know the Supreme God to be close. Those who are committed to loving devotional worship of God and kirtan of His praises, they remain awake. They are awakened from the sleep of countless incarnations. चरण कमल जन का आधार, गुण गोविंद रहो सचवा पार. दास जना की मनसा पूर, नानक सुख पावै जन दूर. Vahiguru's lotus feet are the support of his humble beings. To chant the praises of God of universe is the truest trade. Please fulfill the hopes of your humble slave. O Nanak, I find peace in the dust of the feet of humble beings. Ragon Dashpadyam Mala Panjama Kar Duja Ik Onkar Sat Gur Prasad Karanam Sakar Pure Gurudev सफल मूरत सफल जाकी से. अंतर्जामी पुरख विधाता, आठ पहर नाम रंग राता. Let us humbly bow to the perfect divine Guru, Sadguru. Fruitful is his form, and fruitful is any service done to him. He is the inner knower, he is the searcher of the hearts, and he is architect of everyone's destiny. All 24 hours a day, the perfect Guru remains imbued in the Naam, the name of the God. Guru Gobind, Guru Gopal, apne das ko rakhanhar rahao. The Guru, he is the God of this universe. The Guru, he is the God and supporter of this world. He is the saving grace of all his devotees. Pause. पातशाह शाह उमराओ पतियाए, दुष्ट अहंकारी मार पचाए. निंदक कै मुख कीनो रोग, जय जयकार करे सब लोग. The kings, the emperors, the nobles, they all are satisfied by him. He destroys all the egoistical ones. he puts illness into the mouths of the slanderers. All the people, they celebrate his victory. संतन कै मन महानंद, संत जपै पुर देव भगवंत, संगत के मुख उजल भय, सगल थान निंदक के गए. The saints, in their minds is always the supreme bliss. The saints, they meditate on the divine Guru, the God. Faces of those who are in company of them are always radiant and bright, but the slanderers, they lose all the places of rest. सास सास जन सदा सलाहे, पार ब्रह्म गुरु बेपरवाहे, सगल पै मिटे जाकी सरन, निंदक मार पाए सब तरन. His devotees with each and every breath praise that Vaheguru, that Supreme God Vaheguru, and the Guru, they remain carefree. All the fears are eradicated once we go in his sanctuary. He smashes all the slanderers and he knocks them to the ground. Jan ki ninda kare na khoye, jo kare so dukhiya hoye. आठ पहर जन एक ते आए, जमुआ ताके निकट न जाए. The devotees of the God, no one ever does any of their slanderings. Whoever does their slandering, they become miserable. 24 hours a day, the God's humble servants, they meditate on God. The messenger of death does not even come near to them. Jan nirvair nindak ahankari, Jan palman hai nindak vekari, Gur ke sikh sadguru tyaya, Jan ubre nindak narak paya. The God's humble servants, they have no enmity for anybody, but slanderers always have a big ego. The God's humble servant, they always wish well for others, but slanderers, they always be evil to others. The Sikh of Guru always meditate on true Guru. God's humble servants, they are saved, while the slanderers, they are cast into hell. सुन साजन मेरे मीत प्यारे, सत बचन वरतै हर द्वारे. जैसा करे सो तैसा पाए, अभिमानी के जड़ सर पर जाए. Listen to me, O my friends and my dear companions. These words are always true in the court of Vaheguru. As you plant, so shall you harvest. The proud ones, the egoistical ones, they are always uprooted. नीतरया सतगुर तर तेरी, कर कृपा राखो जन केरी. कहो नानक तिस गुर बलिहारी, जाके सिमरन पै सवारी. O Satguru, my true Guru, you are always a support of the unsupported one. Please be merciful on me and save your humble servant. O Nanak, I am always sacrificed to the Guru. By remembering him in meditation, my honor has been saved. Rag Gond Bani Bhagta Ki, कबीर जी कर पहला एक ओंकार, सतगुर प्रसाद. संत मिलै किछ सुनिए कहिए, मिलै संत मस्त कर रहिए. When we meet a saintly person, let us talk to him and listen to him. But when we meet somebody who is unsaintly, let's just remain silent. बाबा बोलना क्या कहिए, जैसे राम नाम रव रहिए, रहाओ. O Baba, if we speak, what words shall we utter? What is significant? Let us speak such words by which one may remain absorbed in the name of the God. Pause. संतन स्यों बोले उपकारी, मूर्ख स्यों बोले चख मारी. बोलत बोलत बढ़े बिकारा, बिन बोले क्या कहे बिचारा. कहो कबीर छूछा कट बोले, परया होए सो कबहू ना डोले. By speaking with the saints, we also become generous, but when we speak with the fool, it is like babbling without any use. By speaking and just speaking, corruption keeps on increasing. If I do not speak, what can the poor wretch do? Says Kabir, the empty pitcher makes noise, but when it becomes full, it makes no sound. God नरु मरै नर काम नावै, पशु मरै दस काज सवारै. अपने कर्म की गत मैं क्या जानो, मैं क्या जानो बाबा रे, रहाओ. When this mortal dies, it is of no use to anyone, but when an animal dies, then it can be used in 10 different ways. How do I know about state of any of my karmas? What do I know, O Baba? Pause. हाड जले जैसे लकड़ी का तूला, केस जले जैसे कास का पूला. कहो कबीर तब ही नर जागै, जम का दंड मूंड में लागै. These bones, they burn like a wooden logs, and the hair burns like a bale of hay. O Kabir, this mortal wakes up only when the messenger of death hits him over the head with his club. गौंड आकाश गगन पाताल गगन है, चौदिस गगन रहाए ले. आनंद मूल सदा पुरखोत्तम, कट बिन से गगन न जाए ले. That one divine God is pervading everywhere. He is in the Akashic ethers of the sky. He is in the nether regions of the underworld. He is staying in all 4 directions. That supreme God, He is forever the source of bliss. When the vessel of this body perishes, that God does not perish. मुहि बैराग भयो, एहो जियो आए, कहाँ गयो रहाओ. I have become so detached and so sad. I keep wondering where this soul comes from and where does it go. Pause. पंच तत् मिल काया कीने, तत् कहाँ ते कीन रे. कर्म भद तुम जियो कहत हो, कर्म है किन जियो दीन रे. This body is formed from the union of 5 tattvas, but where were these 5 tattvas created? You say that the soul is tied to karma, but who gave karma to this body? हर में तन में हर है, सर्ब निरंतर सोए रे. कह कबीर राम नाम न छोड़ो, सहजे होए सो होए रे. That one divine God is pervading and contained in the body, and the God is contained in the body. He is permeating within everyone. O Kabir, I shall never renounce Vaheguru's name. I shall accept whatever happens. राग गोंड बाणी कबीर जियो की कर दूजा एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद पूजा बांध पिला कर डार्यो हस्ती क्रोप मूंड में मार्यो हस्त पाग कै चीसा मारै या मूरत कै हो बलिहारै. They tied up my arms, they bundled me up, and they threw me before the elephant. But that elephant driver struck him on the head and infuriated him. But that elephant, he ran away, trumpeting, I am a sacrifice to this image of Vaheguru. आहे मेरे ठाकुर तुमरा जोर काजी बखे बो हसती तोर रहाओ. O my God and Master, you are my strength. The Qazi shouted at the driver of the elephant to drive the elephant on me. Pause. रे महावत तुझे डारो काट इसे तुरावो काल हो साट हस्त न तोरै तरै ध्यान वाकै हृदय बसै भगवान. The Qazi yelled out, O Mahavat, O driver of the elephant, I will cut you into pieces, hit him and drive him on. But that elephant did not move. Instead, the elephant began to meditate on God, that God abides within the elephant too. क्या अपराध संत है कीना बांध पोट कुंचर को दीना कुंचर पोट लय लय नमस्कारै बूझी नहीं काजी अंधियारै. What sin did this holy saint commit that Qazi made him into a bundle and threw him in front of the elephant? Lifting up the bundle, the elephant started to bow down before it. The Qazi did not understand. He was totally blind about any spiritual knowledge. तीन बार पतिया पर लीना मन कठोर अजहू ना पतीना कह कबीर हमरा गोबिंद चौथे पद में है जन की जिंद. 3 times he tried to do the same thing, but his blind, hardened mind was still not satisfied. O Kabir, such great is my God and Master, the soul of his humble servant dwells in the 4th state. Gond nayu manas nayu dev nayu jati kahave sev nayu jogi navduta नाई समाये न काहू भूता. This is not a human, neither is this a god. This is not called celibate, nor is it called the worshipper of Shiva. This is not a yogi, nor is it of any kind of hermit. It has no mother, or this is no one's son. या मंदिर में कौन बसाई ताका अंत न को पाई रहाओ. नाहु गिरही न उदासी नाहु राज न पीख मंगासी ना इस पिंड नरक दुराती ना इस ब्राह्मण नाहु खाती. Then what is this that dwells in this temple of the body? No one is able to find any limits of this. Pause. It is not any householder, nor is it any kind of renouncer from this world. this is not a king, or neither is it any beggar. It has no body, there's no drop of blood there. It is not a Brahman, nor is it Khatri. Na tapa kahave sekh, na ho jeeve na marta dekh. इस मरते को जे को रोवै, जो रोवै सोई पत खोवै। गुरु प्रसाद में डगरो पाया, जीवन मरण दो मिटवाया। कहो कबीर हो राम की अंश, जस कागद पर मिटे न मंस। Nor is it called a human of austere self-discipline or a sheikh. This does not seem to be living, this does not seem to die. If someone cries over its death, then looks like that person loses one's honor. By Guru's grace, I have found the path. The birth and the death have now been erased from me. O Kabir, this is formed of same essence as the Vaheguru himself. This is like the ink on the paper which can never be erased. Gond tute tage nikhutte pan, dwar upar chilkave kaan. Kuch bichare fue faal, ya mundiya sir chade bokal. The threads have been broken and the starch is running out. All the reeds, the bare reeds, glisten at the front door. The poor brushes are scattered in pieces. Death has entered the shaven head. ए मुंडिया सगलो द्रब खोई, आवत जात नाक सर होई रहा. The shaven-headed mendicant has lost all his wealth. The comings and goings has totally irritated him. Pause. तुरी नार की छोड़ी बाता, राम नाम वाका मन राता. लड़की लड़खन खैबो नाहे, मुंडिया अन दिन तापे जाहे. The Kabir has stopped talking anything about his weaving equipment. His mind is completely attuned to the name of God. Now his daughters and sons have nothing to it but the shaven-headed mendicants who come here night and day. They eat to their full. Ik duwe mandar, ik duwe baat, हमको साथर उनको खाट. मूड पलोस कमर बध पोथी, हमको चावन उनको रोटी. These mendicants, there one or two are always in the house, one or two or more are on their way. We sleep on the floor while he gives the beds to sleep for these mendicants. They rub their bare heads and they carry these prayer books in their waistbands. We get dry grains to eat while they get loaves of bread to eat. Mundiya, mundiya, हुए एक, ए मुंडिया बूढ़त की टेक. सुन अंधली लोई बेपीर, इन मुंडियन पज सरन कबीर. All these shaven-headed mendicants, they have become one. They are the support for the drowning ones in this world. Listen, O blind and unguided Loi, Kabir has taken shelter with the shaven-headed mendicants. Gond खसम मरै तौ नार न रोवै, उस रखवारा और होवे रखवारे का होई विनाश, आगे नरक इहा भोग विलास। एक सुहागन जगत प्यारी, सगले जी जंत की नारी रहा। When husband of a woman dies, then he does not cry, as someone else becomes her protector. When that protector dies, then he falls into the whirl of hell hereafter, for the wanton desires pleasures that have been enjoyed in this world. This whole world seems to love these worldly pleasures, Maya, who seems to be the wife of all the beings and creatures. Pause. सुहागन गल सो है हार, संत को बिख बिग से संसार, कर श्रृंगार बहे पखयारी, संत की ठिठ की फिरे बिचारी। This wedded one, Maya, with her necklace around her neck, this bride looks beautiful, but she is a poison to the saints, while the whole world remains delighted with her, adorning herself. She sits there like a prostitute. She is cursed by the saints and wanders around like a wretch. संत पाग ओ पाछे परे, गुर प्रसादी मारह डरे, साकत की ओ पिंड परायण, हमको दृष्ट परे त्रख डायण। This Maya, she runs around chasing after the saints. She's afraid of being beaten by those blessed with Guru's grace. She's the body, the breath of life of the faithless cynics. But to the saints like me, she looks like a bloodthirsty witch. हम तिसका वह जाने आपयो, जब हुए कृपाल मिले गुरुदेव, कहो कबीर अब बाहर परी, संसार के अंचल लरी। I've known all the secrets of this Maya very well. In Vaheguru's mercy, when the divine Guru met me, O Kabir, now I have thrown her out. She is clinging to the skirt of all this world. Gond ग्रह शोभा जा कहरे नाहे, आवत पहिया खूधे जाहे, वाके अंतर नहीं संतोख, बिन सुहागन लागे दोख, तन सुहागन महापवीत, तपे तपीसर ढोले चीत, रहाओ सुहागन किरपन की पूती, सेवक तज जगत स्यों सूती, साधु कै ठाडी दरबार, सरन तेरी मोखो निस्तार। When someone's household has no glory, the guests who come there, they also depart hungry. Deep within there remains no contentment. Without one's bride, the wealth of Maya, one suffers in pain. This bride is worth praising, which can shake the consciousness of even the most dedicated saints. Pause. This bride is like a daughter of a wretched miser, abandoning Vaheguru's servants. She sleeps with the world, standing at the door of holy men. She says, I have come to your sanctuary, save me. Sohagan hai at sundari, pagne varak chanak chanhari, जो लग प्राण तो लग संगे, नाहे ता चली बेग उठ नंगे, सुहागन पवन त्रैलिया, 10 8 पुराण तीर्थ रस किया, ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश्वर वेदे, बड़े भूपत राजे हैं छेदे. This bride, to Maya, is so beautiful. There are bells around her ankles that make soft music. As long as there is breath of life in this man, she remains attached to him. But when it's no more, she gets away and departs barefooted. This bride has conquered the 3 worlds. The 18 Puranas, sacred shrines of pilgrimage, also love her. She pierced the hearts of Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, and she destroyed the great emperors as well and the kings of the world. Sohagan urvar napar, पांच नारद के संग विधवार, 5 नारद के मिटवे फूटे, कहो कबीर गुर कृपा छूटे. This Maya, the bride, does not have any restraint or limits. She is in collusion with 5 thieving passions. When the clay pot of these 5 passions bursts, then, O Kabir, by Guru's mercy, one can get released. God, जैसे मंदिर में है बलहर ना ठहरे, नाम बिना कैसे पार उतरे, कुंभ बिना जल ना टिकावे, साधु बिन ऐसे अपगत जावे, यारो तिसै जो राम न चेतै, तनपन रमत रहे मह खेतै रहाओ. Such houses that do not have any supporting beams to stand upon, which have been removed, cannot remain. So those without the Naam, the name of the God, they cannot be carried across. Without the pitcher, the water cannot be contained. Just so, without the holy saint, this mortal departs in misery. Let those burn who do not remember the name of the God, their body and mind remains absorbed in the field of the world. Pause. जैसे हल हर बिना जिमी नहीं बोया, सूत बिना कैसे मणि परोया, कुंडी बिन क्या कंठ चढ़ाया, साधु बिन तैसे अवगत जाया. Without the farmer, the land cannot be planted. Without the thread, no one can string the beads together. Without making a loop, no one can tie a knot. Similarly, without the holy saints, this mortal departs this world in misery. जैसे मात पिता बिन बाल न हुई, बिंब बिना कैसे कपड़े धोए, कोर बिना कैसे असवार, साधु बिन नाही दरबार. Just as there cannot be a child without mother and father, similarly, without water, how can clothes be washed? Without a horse, how can there be a rider? Similarly, without the holy saints, no one can reach the court of Vaheguru. जैसे बाजे बिन नहीं ली जाए फेरी, खसम दुहागन तजो हेरी, कहे कबीर एक कर करना, गुरमुख होए बहुर नहीं मरना. Just as without the music there cannot be any dancing around, the bride who is rejected by her husband remains dishonored. Says Kabir, let us do this one thing, let us become Gurmukh, and then we shall never die again. God कूटन सोए जो मन को कूटे, मन कूटे तो जमते छूटे, कुट कुट मन कसवट्टे लावे, सो कूटन मुकत बहु पावे. A procurer is the one who pounds down one's mind. Pounding down his mind, he escapes from the messenger of death. Pounding and beating his mind, he puts it to the test. Such a pimp can attain total liberation. कूटन किसे कहो संसार, सगल बोलन के माही विचार रहाओ. Whom we can call the pimp in this world, in all this speech, one should carefully consider this. Pause. नाचन सोए जो मन स्यों नाचै, झूठ न पतियै परिचय साचै. इस मन आगे पूरे ताल, इस नाचन के मन रखवाल. बजारी सो जो बजा रहे सोध है, पांच पलीत को प्रबोध है. नौ नायक की भगत पछाने, सो बाजारी हम गुरु माने. Dancer is that who dances with one's mind, that God is not satisfied with falsehood. He is pleased only with the truth. So play the beat of the drum of the mind. The God is the protector of dancer with such a mind. She alone is a street dancer who can cleanse her body street and educate the 5 passions. That who embraces the worship of God, I accept such a street dancer to be my guru. तस कर सोए जितात ना करे, इंद्री के जतन नाम उच्चरै. कहो कबीर हम ऐसे लखन, तन गुरुदेव अत रूप बिचखन. Thief is that alone who is above any envy, who uses all the sense organs to chant God's name. Says Kabir, these are qualities of the one I know as my blessed divine Guru, who is the most beautiful and wise. Gond Tan Gopal Tan Gurudev, Tan Anad Pukhe Kaval Tehkev. तन ओय संत जिन ऐसी जानी, तिनको मिलबो सारंग पानी. The God, the sustainer of this world, is blessed, and blessed is the divine Guru. Blessed is the grain of the food that can make the heart of the hungry to blossom forth. Blessed are such saints who know this. Meeting with such saints, one can meet that God, the sustainer of this universe. This grain comes from the prime God himself. One chants the name of the God, only when one tastes such grain. Pause. Japiye naam japiye an, ambhay ke sang nikavan. अन्य बाहर जो नर होवे, तीन पवन में अपनी खोवे. Let us meditate on that naam. Let us meditate on that grain of food. Mixed with water, its taste becomes sublime. One who abstains from such a grain loses one's honor in the 3 worlds. छोड़े अन्न करे पाखंड, ना सोहागन ना हिरंड. जग में बकते दूधा तारी, गुपत खावहे वटिका सारी. Those who claim to have discarded this food grain, they practice hypocrisy. They are neither happy like a soul bride, nor they are like a widow. They who claim in this world that they only live on milk alone, they secretly eat whole loads of food. Anne bina na hoy sukal, तजिए अन्न न मिले गोपाल। कहो कबीर हम ऐसे जानिया, तन अनाद ठाकुर मन मानिया। Without this grain of food, the time does not pass in peace. Forsaking this grain of food, one cannot meet the God of the world. O Kabir, this is what I know. Blessed is such food grain which brings faith in the God and the Master to the mind. राग गोंड बाणी नाम देव जी के, कर पहला एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद। असमेध जगने तुला पुरख दाने, प्राग स्नाने तो न पूजे हर कीरत नामा। अपने राम है पजरे मन आलसिया रहा। The rituals like sacrificing of horses, giving away in charities gold worth one's weight, and doing ceremonial cleansing baths, none of these are equal to singing the praises of Vaheguru's Naam. Let us meditate on our God. O lazy man, pause. गया पिंड परता, बनारस अस बसता। मुख बेद चतुर पढ़ता, सगल धर्म छिता। गुर ज्ञान इंद्रिय दृढ़ता, खट कर्म सहित रहता। सिवा सक्त संवादं, मन छोड़ छोड़ सगल पेदं। सिमर सिमर गोविंदन, भजनामा तरस पव सिंदन। Offering sweet rice at Gaya, living on the banks of Benares, reciting 4 Vedas by heart, completing all religious rituals through spiritual wisdom given by the Guru, restraining from any desires and passions, and performing the 6 rituals. Expounding on Shiva and Shakti, O woman, renounce, abandon all of these things. Just meditate in remembrance on God of the universe. Meditate, O Namdev, and cross over the terrifying world ocean. Gond, नाद प्रमेय जैसे मिर गाए, प्राण तजे वाको ध्यान न जाए। ऐसे रामा ऐसे हेरो, राम छोड़ चित अनत न फेरो। रहाओ ज्यों मीना हेरै पसुआरा, सोना गढ़ते हिरै सुनारा। ज्यों बिखई हेरै पर नारी, कौड़ा दारत हिरै जुआरी। जय जय देखो तय तय रामा, हर के चरण नित त्यावै नामा। The deer gets attracted by the sound of hunter's bell and loses its life, but it still cannot stop thinking about it. In the same way, I look upon my one and only God. I will never abandon my God and turn my thoughts to another. Pause, just like a fisherman looks upon the fish and the goldsmith looks upon the gold that he creates as ornaments, as a male driven by wanton desire looks upon a female, and the gambler looks upon the throwing of the dice. In the same way, wherever Namdev looks, he sees the God. Namdev meditates continually on the feet of God. Gond मुझको तार ले रामा तार ले, मैं अजान जन तरबे ना जानो। बाप बीठला बाह दे रहाओ, नरते सुर हुई जात निमक में। सतगुर बुध सिखलाई, नरते उपज सुरग कौ जीत्यो, सो अवखद में पाए। जहाँ जहाँ तू नारद टेके, नैक टिकावो मोहे। तेरे नाव अवलंब बहुत जन उधरे, नामे की निज मत है। O God, O divine God, carry me across this worldly ocean. I'm like an ignorant one who does not know how to swim. O my beloved Father, give me your arm. Pause. I have been transformed from a mortal being into an angel in an instant. The Satguru, True Guru, has taught me this. I'm born in human flesh. I've conquered the heavens. Such is the medicine I was given. Please place me where you placed Dhruv and Narad, O my master. With the support of your name, so many have been saved. This is Namdev's understanding. God, मोहे लागती ताला बेली, बछरे बिन गाय अकेली। पानिया बिन मीन तलफै, ऐसे राम नामा बिन बापुरो नामा रहाओ। जैसे गाय का बाछा छूटला, तन चौखता माखन कूटला। नाम देव नारायण पाया, गुर पेटत अलख लखाया। I feel very restless and unhappy, like a cow feels very lonely without her calf. The fish wriggles with pain without the water. So is the poor Namdev without God's name. Pause. Just like the cow's calf, which when let loose sucks at her and drinks her milk, so the Namdev, when finds the God meeting the Guru, sees the unseen God. As the male driven by sex wants a female, so does the Namdev love the God. As this earth burns in dazzling sunlight, so does poor Namdev burn without God's name. राग गौड़ बाणी नामदेव जियो की, करे दूजा एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद। हर हर करत मिटे सब परमा, हर को नाम ले उत्तम तरमा। हर हर करत जात कुल हरि, सो हर अंधले खीला करी। By chanting the name Har Har, the name of the God, all doubts are dispelled. By chanting Har Har, the name of the God, one finds the highest religion. By chanting Har Har, the name of the God, one rises above the ancestral and social classes. Har Har, the God, is the walking stick of the ignorant and blind mortal. Hare Namaste, Hare Namah, हर हर करत नहीं दुख जमै रहाओ. I bow to the God, I humbly bow to Him. Chanting the name of the God Har Har, one is never tormented by messenger of death. Pause. Har Har Nakas Hare Paran, अजैमल कियो बैकुंठ थान. सुआ पड़ावत गनिका तरी, सोहर नैन हो की पुतरी. That God who took the life of Harnakash and gave a Jamal a place in heaven, teaching a parrot to speak God's name, Ganika the prostitute was saved. That God is the light of my eyes. Har har karat putna tari, बाल कातनी कपटहि परी. सिमरन द्रोप्त सुत उधरी, गौतम सती सिला निस्तरी. केसी कंस मथन जिन किया, जी दान काली कौ दिया। प्रणवे नामाय सो हरि, जास जपत पै अपदा टरी। By chanting the name of the god Putna was saved, even though she was a deceitful child killer. By contemplating on God, Draupadi was saved. Gautam's wife, who was turned into stone, was saved. That god who killed Kasi and Kans and gave the gift of life to Kali. O Namdev, I pray, this is my God. I meditate on him, and all the fear and suffering is dispelled.